Welcome to East Coast Hour, the ultimate destination for discovering the hottest musical talents from the East Coast. As the only East Coast music video channel in North America, we're here to bring you the best in music, entertainment news, exclusive artist interviews, and exciting opportunities to win amazing prizes and packages from our loyal supporters. So sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in the vibrant sounds of the East Coast. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode's link with your friends and followers. Let's spread the love for East Coast music together. Ready to dive in? Let's get started. From the East Pointers, here's Undercover on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
A secret operation, I'm in it all alone, trying to shine to stand up, but sinking like a stone. Fire on the beach, and I see you there, but I find it hard to speak to the smoky air. In the right place, but at the wrong time, like a diamond in the sand that's shifting with the tides. Yeah, I could be your lover if you knew I was here, but I'm undercover, so I'll just disappear. Tiptoeing around, just a whisper in a crowd, trying to tell you, show you without making a sound. Take another drink, vodka, soda, and lime. Liquor courage kicking in, but it's closing time. In the right place, but at the wrong time, like a diamond in the sand that's shifting with the tides. Yeah, I could be your lover if you knew I was here, but I'm undercover, so I'll just disappear. Sand that's shifting with the tides. Yeah, I could be your lover if you knew I was here, but I'm undercover, so I'll just disappear. In the right place, but at the wrong time, like a diamond in the sand that's shifting with the tides. Yeah, I could be your lover if you knew I was here, but I'm undercover, so I'll just disappear.
That was the East Pointers with Undercover here on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. They are off to the UK and Ontario for some shows before they're going to be arriving back in Antigonish, Nova Scotia for the Highland Games. That's coming up on July 12th. And then heading back to the UK later that month. You can visit www.theeastpointers.com to learn more about the East Pointers. Welcome to episode number 10, season 2 of East Coast Hour. Join me this hour for a great hour of East Coast music videos, music to hit a few different memories and emotions. Also, I have a couple of artist showcase for you. I'll be chatting with the winner of Canada's Got Talent, Jacob Lewis of Butlerville, Newfoundland. He'll be back to the show to talk about his win and how that has changed his life. Also, PEI's Lennie Gallant has a new release. He'll be here to chat about it. I'll also share your viewer's pick of the week, as well as some upcoming events. And I have some exciting news about East Coast Hour to share. So let's keep rolling with a cover of a popular Rankin Family tune. Here is Signal Hill with Mull River Shuffle on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Telling which way you feel after it's twisted around and then raising your jaw and raising hell. There's plenty of stories that they would tell. Some of Ford and Judy Dale and some of pure fiction. Your daughter and all the beast, having a new you can hardly see her. It's bugging around a tree, some call the devil and full of the rum. I'll go home, and I'll go in the morning. I'll go home, full of the devil and full of the rum. I'll go in the morning. I'll go home, full of the devil and full of the rum. I'll go in the morning. I'll go home, full of the devil and full of the rum. I'll go in the morning. I'll go home, full of the devil and full of the rum. I'll go home, and I'll go in the morning. Yes, my jockey!
Hi, I'm Kinley, and I'm so excited to be on the East Coast Hour with Chuck because this is so important to get East Coast artists' art out into the world. And we're very, very excited to make music videos in the place where we love on this beautiful East Coast. So thanks for watching. Tell your friends. This is East Coast Hour with Chuck.
When you're born with your head in the clouds, you get high with a little help. Go on, make your mama proud. Shot in the dark, got nothing to lose. Fire in the sky on the morning after. Feels so good to be such a disaster. 30,000 feet left to figure it out. But you don't look down when you live and you die by the parachute. Oh yeah. Sun comes up and you're halfway dreaming. Living you down no matter what you do. Oh yeah. Fence me in, cause I don't need it. Fire in the sky in the morning after. Feels so good to be such a disaster. 30,000 feet left to figure it out. Well, you don't look down when you live and you die by the parachute. Oh yeah. Just a kid when my best friend died. Got by with a little help. Stood in line, watched his mama cry. Maybe now we're living just for everybody else. You know the good die young, and the strong surviving. We all need someone. When we live and we die by the parachute. Oh yeah. Sun comes up and you're halfway dreaming. Living you down no matter what you do, oh yeah. Fence me in, cause I don't need it. Oh, skydive in the red horizon, waiting for the day that you're struck by lightning. Wake up in the Garden of Eden. Oh, now when I live and I die. If you see me on my lawn, way down and I kiss the ground, still trying just to figure it out. Still just trying to figure it out, yeah. Come on.
That was Port Cities with Parachute on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Well, I have some exciting news about East Coast Hour. As you may already know, East Coast Hour is also available on Biota TV as well as Roku TV. However, East Coast Hour has also become a proud sponsor of the Beyond Films International Film Festival that's taking place in Niagara Falls, running through up until June the 5th. The Biota TV Academy Awards honors are giving out in the Best of Film, Television, and Music. Those awards include Best Film, Best Documentary, Best Music Video and Music Documentary, Best Short Video, People's Choice Award, and Lifetime Achievement Award. And and East Coast Hour is a proud sponsor. Jackie Putnam, East Coast Artist, is one of the featured documentaries at the film festival. For her, a documentary called The Phoenix. You can catch the full documentary on biota.ca, and you can also find East Coast Hour on Biota TV as well as on Roku TV. Now, got invited to take part in a little chat with a very well-known East Coast artist who has a new release out, and I had a chance to sit down and chat with PEI's very own Lennie Gallant on an East Coast Hour showcase. On this week's East Coast Hour, featuring an artist that's well known around the East Coast, Juno nominated, I think it was 19 ECMAs, from Prince Edward Island. Joining me on the show right now, Lennie Gallant. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Chuck. Great to be here.
Now, Lennie, we're going to chat today about your musical career, what you're kind of up to right now, this new album release, Shelter from the Storm. We're going to talk about that as well, and kind of where you're looking to head, or where some of the shows are that you're looking to promote maybe over the summer. I know you got a few album releases, and we'll talk about those as well. So, congratulations on another album. I think it's like 15 albums now. Is that correct?
I think it's 16, but frankly, 16? I'm bad with numbers.
This one might have made 16.
I think it's 16.
Yeah, good for you. Congratulations. Long-standing career. So, Lennie, how long have you been in the music industry?
Well, I started recording my. I was in several sort of partially Celtic bands, Celtic folk rock bands, and I never really wanted to be a solo artist. I always wanted to be in a band when I started out. And I had a band on Prince Edward Island. It was called Speed the Plow. And I was in a couple of other bands that didn't last very long. And then we had a sort of a Celtic-oriented band out of Halifax. And then I started a band, but I could never get people to commit to being in the band. So finally I said, well, I want to make my career in music. I guess I'm going to have to do it on my own. So I released my first album as a solo artist in 1988. Wow. And that was my album Breakwater. And I was so pleased with the reception it got. I played festivals all over the country and down in the States. And it blew me away, the reception. And it just gave me the impetus to keep on going. And so I haven't stopped yet.
Nice. Well, we hope you don't stop anytime soon.
Well, thank you.
So I think we spoke, I don't know, a number of months back. And at that time, Jimmy Buffett had recently passed away. And we talked about the work that you did with Jimmy, your friendship with him as well. Kind of looking back now over your time spent with Jimmy, is there anything that you kind of cherish the most out of your time with him?
He was such a force for positivity, and before I started working with him, he recorded one of my albums about 20 years ago. I got a call out of the blue that he wanted to record one of my songs, and it was a bit of a shock at that time, but it was great. I got to meet him. We hung out. We got to play together on stage, sitting on a surfboard up in Toronto at the Molson Centre. And he came to Nova Scotia, where I was living at the time, and we hung out there and had a jam and had some fun there. And then we kept in touch for a while, but over time, things kind of drift away, and I hadn't heard from him for a while. And then we got a call. Almost 2 years ago now, he got a call and he wanted to write some songs with me for his last album. He passed away from cancer, and he was going through treatment at the time we were working together and recording, but you would never know it. He was such a positive guy and never wanted to look at the dark side. And I was blown away when I started working with him to realize how large his audience was and how much of an impact he had on them. I met him down in Nashville, and I went to one of his shows down there, and they basically shut off the whole downtown for the Jimmy Buffett concert. They gigged off downtown Nashville, and then I went, Okay, now I get it. Now I know why all these country guys are wanting to record with him, you know. So I was, it was a huge honor for me to be invited into that world, and that he wanted to actually write songs with me, and it was an honor that I'll never forget. You know, he flew my partner and I down to Key West to actually sing on the song. And if you look up the album, I ended up being a featured singer on his last album, which was amazing experience for me. And I was just really blown away by the whole thing, and getting to be to be a little part of that world that he inhabits. You know, and he still inhabits. I mean, people are still Buffett and parrot heads all over and still follow him. And Radio Margaritaville is still going strong, and it's quite something.
So I'm wondering now, from your time spent with him, is there anything in particular you learned that you kind of now carry on into your work?
Mostly just trying to look at the positive. You know, life is going to throw you a lot of curveballs. It obviously threw him some curveballs. You know, and he just rode with it. He rode with it, and I think inspired a lot of people. Also going through difficult times, and so when in this industry is full of pitfalls and full of potholes,
Mhm.
and it's easy to get pulled down sometimes, but you know, you just try to roll with it and look at the positive. And I'm if there's anything I think that I gain from him, is it's that, just to try to be more positive about things.
Now, you just released a 14 song collection, brand new. It's your latest English release.
Yeah.
Um, so when did that process start? How long has that been in the works?
Well, it was a surprise to me that it was 7 years since I released a bona fide Lennie Gallant album, not counting the original Christmas album I put out, or the two Francophone albums. My partner, Patricia Richard, and we also have a Francophone duo called Sirène et Matelot, which means the siren and the sailor. And so in those 7 years, I was very busy, but I got a little sidetracked with the Francophone project and the Christmas project and the Jimmy project, that I suddenly realized, oh my God, it's been 7 years since I did a Lennie Gallant album in English, and so I better get at it. And so I'm glad we did. You know, I wrote a lot of new songs for this album, and there were some songs that I had kicking around for a while that needed a home. And originally, I thought it would be an 8 or 9 or possibly a 10 song album, but it worked its way up to 14 because we didn't know what to cut. And so, 14 song album, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Where can people track that album down now? Where do you have your music?
Well, it's going to be on all streaming platforms. Uh, but if you want a physical copy, and I hope some of you do, because that's really the only way an artist can make any money from this process. But if you want a physical copy, you can order it through lennygalad.com. There's a store there, and we will send it to you lickety split. And it's going to be on CD and on LP as well.
Nice, good,
And
good.
it'll be in some stores here and there. It's a little hard to find record stores these days, but it'll be in some stores.
Now you've got a few release parties that are coming up, starting. I think it's June the 12th, if I'm not mistaken.
June 8th.
June 8th. Sorry, you're going to be at the Harbor Front Theater in Summerside.
June 8th at the Harbor Front. Yeah, very much looking forward to there. I've got a long history of playing in that theater. Did a multimedia show there for a few years. And yeah, it's a beautiful theater. Sounds great. And we're going to kick it off there, and we're going to do a kickoff concert there, and then one in New Brunswick at St. Andrews, and then in Halifax. I thought we'd try to do a couple of intimate shows, which turned into four, because three of them are sold out. I'm not sure if the fourth one's sold out yet or not.
Well, not
But
according to the website, but three of them are sold out with a matinee show thrown in there.
right on. Well, get cracking.
That's great. I mean, it just kind of speaks to your fan base, people enjoying your music. I think they also enjoy your storytelling when you're putting on a performance. It's I think it's just the whole package. So that's good on you to hear that you've got at least three sold out shows so far in Halifax.
Thank you, Chuck. I'm very much looking forward to it, and hopefully get up in your neck of the woods very soon. We're going to be doing shows right across the country from Vancouver Island to Cape Breton Island this summer, and mostly playing in the East Coast, but we're doing a handful of shows. I think we got like 5 shows or something on the West Coast as well. So that's going to be fun. And then we'll be heading to Alberta and Ontario and other places over the next 6 months or so.
Good. Now, we're going to be featuring one of the songs off of your album. It's called Counting on Angels. Tell us about that song. Counting on Angels, what does that mean?
Well, the song I think is about, a lot of people these days are finding it very hard to know where they belong, where to fit in. There's so many forces pulling us in so many different directions, as we know, politically speaking, and but also just socially and online these days. There's so many conspiracy theories pulling you this way and that way, and I think it's very hard for a lot of people to find their footing. And so this song is about a couple who are feeling a little bit lost and looking for answers. And he's of the characters, one I think is very intent on making it to a destination where she believes some kind of revelation will take place, and so the narrator is kind of going along with it and basically just telling the story. So it's one of those songs that kind of spilled out onto the page, and I think it grew out of what is happening in the world right now. Not all the songs on the album are like that, by the way. I think some of them kind of examine our present conditions in the world, but I think most of the songs are very positive about talking how people get through difficult times and just how much love means to them and getting connected to nature and the world right now, which I think is really important, and that we get in touch with the planet.
So you have not only, this is the first release off of the album, you're releasing that to radio stations, and as well, you have a music video for the song as well.
Well, yeah, kind of. It's really a lyric video. It's not normally with a music video, you're out there with a crew and it's rather intense. And my videos are a little more elaborate, but this one it's a lyric video. Got my nephew's little old Camaro, and we had a couple of cameras and a drone camera and a camera, and we just filmed it. I thought it was going to be a 30-second video, but they turned it into a full 3-minute video, and people seem to really like it. So I said, well, that's cool. That's great. But there's also a video for another song on the album. On the Minnehaha is the song that's been out for a little while. It was looking for a home. And that song is about an amazing sailor who was on a solo sailing race all the way around the world on a very small boat. The only woman in a race of 16 seasoned sailors, and it's quite a phenomenal race. And if you had time, I could eat up 10 minutes just telling you about it.
Good. Well, we're going to feature Counting on Angels right now. So, Lennie, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it.
This is Lennie Gallant with Counting on Angels on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Hi, everybody. I am Leona Berkey, and you are watching and listening to the brand spanking new East Coast Hour videos. Good times, all East Coast music with living legend Chuck Boudreau. Like it, subscribe, tell your friends. One of the only platforms around showcasing videos of East Coast artists. It's very cool. Watch it.
Red Light Fever. Snapped out of the middle of a daydream, what would you do? Find new sky up high, would you struggle to breathe? Hey, it's cold, want some company? There's little things you do pull me to you. Dropped out of the middle of an aeroplane, what would you see? One side miles of green, on the other me. Man, the ground is coming up fast. Time to unpack. Feeling pulling me to you. Could hold up pouring rain. Long night streets hard to rifle views. The little things you do pull me to you. I'm amazed it will lay straight ahead. I gaze at the maze straight ahead. Time flies by, nothing's bringing you down. 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 To you like a moth to a flame. Long night streets hard to rifle views. Little things you do, the little things you do make you you.
That was Travis Pettipaw with Pull Me Through on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. That was released back in September of 24. Here are some upcoming events for you. The Carlton in Halifax has a great lineup scheduled for you. Coming up on June 5th, Songs and Stories with Jim Henman, Dave Carroll, and Lisa Richard. Coming up on June 7th, it's Justin Rutledge. Mike McKenna Jr. with special guest Gardens is going to be there on June 13th. The Right Swipes presenting Sonic Wallpaper. It's an evening of the blues featuring Tevin Tynes. They're going to be there on June 14th. And the Pop Academy Showcase featuring The Plagiarists and October Sky are going to be at the Carlton on June 18th. You can visit www.thecarlton.ca for a complete listing of upcoming performances. Ariana Nazar is going to be live at St. John's Centre for the Arts coming up on June 21st at 7 p.m. It's free to youth, 18 and under, and advance tickets are $20. You can get them at the door for $25. Ariana is a singer and multi-instrumentalist who specializes in French chanson, jazz, and popular songs from around the world. She's originally from Nova Scotia, and she spent her last 8 years living and performing in Montreal. In her solo show, she accompanies herself with a chromatic button accordion and offers a diverse repertoire of popular songs in a variety of languages. So check her out. Again, St. John's Centre for the Arts in Ayrshire. That's coming up on June 21st for a 7 p.m. show. Kitchen Fest 2025 is taking place between June 27th and July 5th. One of the performances coming up is the concert at the Waikagama Waterfront Centre. It's happening on July 4th at 8 p.m. Performing there, Evans and Doherty, Glenn Graham, Jackie Dunn-McIsaac, and Patrick Gillis. You can get your tickets at waikagama.waterfront.center@gmail.com. For further information, you can give them a call or send them an email. Kitchen Fest is just a few weeks away, but you can beat the rush and get your tickets now. Should be a grand time in Waikagama with these particular artists. Catherine McClellan's Songhouse is taking place on Friday, June 20th. That's at the Zion Presbyterian Church. That is in downtown Charlottetown. Catherine McClellan's Songhouse has become a signature small halls event in the beautiful Zion Presbyterian Church in Charlottetown, with 4 exceptional songwriters that are going to share the stage. Atlantic String Machine sharing stories and songs with tailored string arrangements. This year's lineup also includes Montreal's soul singer and 2023 festival standout Chlorel, Ontario indie songstress Georgia Harmer, and PEI folk troubadour Shane Pendergrast is going to be there as well, along with PEI's very own Catherine McClellan. So get your tickets again, June 20th for Catherine McClellan's Songhouse. Well, it's time to move along now to this week's Viewer's Pick of the Week. You voted all week long for the choice that you wanted to see for this week's episode. Right now, it's Emma Stevens, I Want to Rise on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
I dream at night of the city lights, the sights and the sounds and the feel of the wind in my hair, the open road, and the stars in the sky as my wheel. From the hills to the shore of this little town, my heart aches for what could be. So close, yet so far away to me. And I can't wait for all the world to see. I wanna rise, I wanna fly, spread my wings, leave the ground and touch the sky. I wanna walk this path, this winding road with you. I wanna rise like an eagle in flight, out of the dark, take back the night, bring your voice into the light. I wanna rise. These are the days that hearts can break, and this is the time and the place. I don't know what to think, what to say, how to feel, what is real and what is fake. Can you hear me scream? Can you hear me roar? Can you see me? I'm right here with my heart on my sleeve and my hands in the air. And I can't wait to meet you when I'm there. I wanna rise, I wanna fly, spread my wings, leave the ground and touch the sky. I wanna walk this path, this winding road with you. I wanna rise like an eagle in flight, out of the dark, take back the night, bring your voice into the light. I wanna rise, I wanna rise. Two rays of light shine bright in the night for all the world to see. From the stars in the sky to the clouds above, to the depths of the deep blue sea. Can you feel my breath on the wind tonight? Can you hear my voice in the air? Wherever you go, I'll be there. I wanna rise, I wanna fly, spread my wings, leave the ground and touch the sky. I wanna walk this path, this winding road with you. I wanna rise.
That was Emma Stevens with I Want to Rise on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. That was this week's Viewer's Pick of the Week, the song you recommended and you suggested, you voted for to play on this week's episode. That was released back on July 1st of 2021, and it was created to help bring awareness to the more than 4,000 missing and murdered First Nations women and girls, and the many thousands more in the United States. And as well, it was also developed to help empower First Nations youth to rise above the many challenges they face being Indigenous youth in Canada today. I Want to Rise was written and produced by Allison Bernard Memorial High School music teacher Carter Chesson. You can vote for next week's Viewer's Pick of the Week by following the link in the description section below, or by visiting my own personal or East Coast Hour Facebook pages to find the link there. I've chosen 3 additional videos for you, and you can make your selection as to which one you want to see on next week's episode. Now, our second showcase this week comes from a repeat visitor to East Coast Hour. I last had Jacob Lewis on after his first Golden Buzzer win on Canada's Got Talent. He's back now as the $1 million prize winner. Let's head to our second East Coast Hour showcase for this episode with Jacob Lewis.
The winner of Canada's Got Talent 2025 and $1 million from Rogers is... Jacob Lewis! Congratulations, Jacob Lewis! Jacob Lewis, you just won $1 million from Rogers. What do you want to say?
Thank you, Rogers. Thank you, Canada. My family, my friends, everyone back home. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
This week on East Coast Hour, featuring an artist who was recently here on one of the episodes. And he was here because he received a Golden Buzzer on Canada's Got Talent, his first Golden Buzzer on Canada's Got Talent. He's now here as the winner of the show. Welcome, the pride of Butlerville, Newfoundland. Jacob Lewis, welcome.
Hey, Chuck. Thanks for having me back here.
Listen, Jacob, big congratulations on winning the show, a $1 million prize from Rogers. It's kind of opened up a lot of doors for you, I would imagine.
It most certainly has, and to be able to start doing this now is a bit more of a thing because music for me has kind of stopped a lot because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to take that risk of keeping the income coming from my family and such and so on. Luckily enough, now with that $1 million prize tag you just talked about from Rogers, this does allow me to take that bet on myself and hit the stages across the country, across the world, even if I can get at it. So. Gonna start giving that a big push. I got my first upcoming show now at Iceberg Alley in St. John's now, Thursday, June 26th. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to getting to sing for longer than 2 minutes.
So Jacob, thinking back to even like 2 years ago, like, did you ever picture yourself being in this situation?
I dream big, really big, and I've talked about that a lot, right? And I've really done so over the years. I knew if I'd have had the opportunity to get on the show, I was going to give it my absolute best, and I was manifesting the world out of that. So in my mind, I was seeing it. But obviously, that doesn't happen without the support of everyone who had chimed in and helped vote, and ultimately even putting in the work. So, like, I made sure that every night that I was putting in the work in some capacity, whether it be for a half hour, an hour, or some nights could even get up to 3 or 4 hours. It just kind of depended. But I tried to make sure that at least every day I was doing something to help steer me to ultimately lucky enough to be the winner. And I don't think you achieve that without the work, and you don't achieve it without the support.
So on that night of the big win, at what point did you kind of get a feeling at some point that I may have this?
No, and there's been a few people that mentioned to me, like when they say like that there were record numbers of voting, they said, "Did you know then that it was you?" And I'm like, "No, I did not," because you don't know. Just because there's a record number of voting, it could still go either way. But one thing that was really keeping me grounded, I don't know who it was. I'd like to chat with him at some point in life. Up in the very top tier of the venue that night, there was a Newfoundland flag droop down over it. So you could see me kind of staring up quite often, and that's where my focus was kept to the entire time. So it was help keeping me safe at that moment. So it was pretty cool to see that actually.
And at some point, your wife and your two boys ended up on the stage, and that was a very touching moment to kind of see you welcome them along with that $1 million check. How special was that to you to have your family join you up on stage?
To go through the audition and the elimination round, and it was just myself and my wife, that was special also. But to have my family there, my wife, my two boys, and all the other supporters that just came up, like my mom was there and a lot of other family and friends, it was amazing. There's about 50 people flew in from all parts of the country to be there for that, just to help support me. And that was amazing. And to be able to go back and meet up with them afterwards and just have a chat with each and every one of them, that was cool. To have that support there, other than like the other few times, is just me and my wife. So like when people are cheering, it's really special. But to walk out on that stage and know that you got people there that came to support you, that was very heartwarming.
Well, and the other times as well, I mean, with it just being you and your wife, a lot of that was secretive. You weren't allowed to talk
Yes.
about it.
Yeah, and I've done that to the best of my ability too. So that was the hard part of navigating work and coming back home, and then 2 days later you're back in the office, and then it's business as normal, and you got all this stuff that you're proud about and you want to talk about, but you kind of have to bury it in that box for a little bit. And as much as that's difficult, I also think that kind of helped keep things going in a path of making sure that the work was being done.
Right. So one of the things that I know on some of the singing shows, whether it be Idol or whether it be The Voice, X Factor, whatever the case is, a lot of it boils down to song choice, choosing those right songs that are good for you, good for your voice, but you know are going to be songs that are going to connect with people. Um, did you have help along the way with kind of making your song choices for each of the episodes?
Well, yes and no. I chatted with my wife on this last night. I said, you know who really gives me good input if the song is good or not? She said, who? And I said, one of my sons. So like if he starts humming along to a song and singing a song within like the first couple times of listening to it and wanting me to put it back on, that told me that it was a pretty cool song to be playing. So that certainly helped because every one of my songs throughout the show, he had done that. And I was also looking at this as a competition, and in that retrospect, I'm thinking if I'm doing original music, no one has known anything. And to be honest, I don't really have very much. I've been working on some stuff. But I'm like, I'm a fan of singing, and I've been singing all these songs. Like, I want to go out and just sing something that no one's going to expect from me. And that's kind of how I looked at that. I'm like, I want to hit something that I want people to know the song. I want people to maybe not know the song for the first 10 seconds and then be like, oh my God, I know this song. So that's kind of how I looked at my approach across this journey. And like, yeah, there is original music in my pocket there. I just haven't put that out to the world to see yet.
So I know that you had been speaking about the fact that you are trying to build a recording studio for yourself, and how's the progress coming along?
Progress has been pretty slow over the last few weeks, but I'm hoping tomorrow now to dial back into that a little bit. It really has to get up and running because I have to look at this now as this is the real opportunity to keep going now. So I have to make sure that I go in this little spot and can sit back and I can rehearse and I can maybe write some music and have that little space to go in, and then that's just solely for music and navigating through this career.
Now, I would assume that you're probably either being encouraged or you have a desire to release something fairly soon. Are you currently working on something?
Working on something, so something will be coming soon. I'm holding on to the dice for that one now, and I'm waiting for the moment that that's ready to pop. So when that's ready to pop, I'll be throwing that out to all social medias and letting them know where they can find it and where they can stream it and so on. I think people are going to enjoy it.
Perfect. Well, we're eagerly awaiting. I'm sure that it's going to be very well received when it does come out.
Thank you.
Jacob, once again, congratulations on your win of Canada's Got Talent. Amazing, and representing the East Coast like you did. You and the Martin boys, the two of you, the two groups, definitely represented the East Coast. But congratulations to you on your win.
Thank you very much, Chuck.
We're going to feature actually one of the music videos that I found on your YouTube site. which is a well-known song to people, but absolutely amazing what you did with it.
Thank
It's
you.
Jacob Lewis and the Power of Love on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
The whispers in the morning, lovers sleeping tight, rolling by like thunder now. As I look in your eyes, I hold on to your body and feel each move you make. Your voice is warm and tender, love that I could not forsake. 'Cause you're my lady and I am your man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll know all that I can. We're headed for something, somewhere I've never been. Sometimes I am frightened, but I'm ready to learn the power of love. The sound of your heart beating made it clear suddenly. The feeling that I can't go on is like years away. 'Cause you're my lady and I am your man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll know all that I can. We're headed for something, somewhere I've never been. Sometimes I am frightened, but I'm ready to learn the power of love. Sometimes I am frightened, but I'm ready to learn the power of love.
Hi, I'm Jacob Lewis, and East Coast Hour provides artists like myself the opportunity to share their music across the world. This is an East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Gone at sunrise, open your eyes. Gone from
That was Mo Kenny and From Nowhere on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. You can catch Mo at performances coming up at the Full Circle Festival. That's happening June 20th to the 22nd. Or you can find Mo at The Sanctuary coming up on June 26th in Dartmouth. Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode. You can join me again next week for a chat with Cape Breton's Elise Aaron. She has a new video release. We'll be chatting with her. Also, don't forget to subscribe and share the link on your social media platforms. In order for this channel to thrive, I need more people watching the episode. So help out and share the link on your social media platforms and encourage your friends and followers to watch the episodes. You can vote for your viewer's pick of the week. Don't forget, description section below to find the link, or on my own personal or East Coast Hour Facebook pages. And if you have a music video or a suggestion of one that you want to share on an upcoming episode, please email it to eastcoasthour@gmail.com. Have yourself a great week. Be good and kind and nice, and do something extra special for at least one person this week. Let's continue on now with Aaron McDonald. What's the Point? On East Coast Hour with Chuck.
I've been stumbling too lately, wondering what it all is for. Doubt can creep up innately, keep me from shooting for more. Life is only what you make it, though let's struggle and joy. Pain so strong you can taste it, contentment being so coy. I hear echoes, conversations heard in the past. As much as I beg for the changes, I'm scared 'cause none of it lasts. Time ain't nobody's family, weighs us down with its choice. Only with you I can stand it, otherwise what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I keep on running, swinging and gunning, 'cause I got something to say. My mind is crowded, my heart's surrounded by your loving grace. Wonder what this morning's gonna tell me, wonder what tomorrow is in store. These weeks have been fierce and been deadly, a few more months, a few more years, I'm not sure. Time ain't nobody's family, weighs us down with each chores. Only with you I can stand it, otherwise what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I keep on running, swinging and gunning, 'cause I got something to say. My mind is crowded, my heart's surrounded by your loving grace. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point?